The reason why complicated yung petition is, alangan naman pong hindi kami humingi ng TRO.
Wala
because
ng TRO po
because-
walang TRO. So,
yes, but we are
the
duty
way
bound,
is
Ma'am
clear
Ces,
for him to be arrested. And if he, as a lawmaker, he should at least face the music and not go missing. After
Ces,
voting, after casting his vote in the Senate, he disappears.
Ma'am Ces, I understand your passion, but it is still our legal
It's a
stand.
question po. It's a question,
and even
we
our
expect more of our lawmakers.
Kasi sabi namin, wala namang jurisdiction talaga ang ICC dito. Kasi nga, ang sabi natin, under Article 127, Paragraph 2, only matters under consideration before the ICC. Ang pwedeng ma-extend pa yung, meron silang residual jurisdiction, no?
The reason why complicated yung petition is, alangan naman pong hindi kami humingi ng TRO.
Wala
Because
ng TRO po
because-
walang TRO. So,
yes, but we are
the
duty
way
bound,
is
Ma'am
clear
Ces,
for him to be arrested. And if he, as a lawmaker, he should at least face the music and not go missing. After
Ces,
voting, after casting his vote in the Senate, he disappears.
Ma'am Ces, I understand your passion, but it is still our legal
It's a
stand.
question po. It's a question,
and even
we
our
expect more of our lawmakers. His
yes.
action is really compared to other legislators who surrendered even at the Senate, who faced the music and waited to be cleared by courts of law.
I invite you, ma'am, to
Can't he do the same?
I invite you, ma'am, to imagine this scenario. No? For example po, just in case, i-declare po ng Supreme Court, and we are, as lawyers, we cannot do that, no? But we are just imagining na ma-declare nga na walang jurisdiction sa atin ang ICC. Pero, yes, but we don't know that yet, right? Yes, no, but we don't know that yet. That because there's a difficult question of law. Because if this were settled, hindi na po hihingin ng Supreme Court ang comment ng OSG, di-decide na nila, no? Pero because nakabinbin po yung kaso na yan, let's just say the decision goes in that favor, no? In our favor. Pero nakuha po nila si Bato
In the
at dinala
meantime,
na
he
po.
goes his merry way in hiding. Why not do his duties in the Senate? Pinahiya
Yes,
po
because-
kayo eh. Kayong naiwan ditong nag-explain sa amin.
Yes, if well,
Hindi
it's
ba?
okay.
How do you
we
feel
don't
as a
mind.
lawyer for this person who is, I don't know where he is. You're
Well,
still defending him.
Well, that's the job of a lawyer, ma'am. Says, kailangan naman po hindi ko siya i-defend.
Hindi,
but,
pero...
but kasi, di ba, parang, sige, tama na kayo. Kung gano'n, hindi ko naman pwedeng sabihin.
Kung nag-aantay siya ng magandang desisyon ng korte, bakit kailangan sa in the dark?
Yeah, ma'am,
know?
because ma'am, this is the key phrase, no? Because there is a difficult question of law. This is not just a random phrase, no? This is jurisprudential, no? Because there is a difficult question of law. We all know, ma'am, bilang mga tao, bilang human beings, there are some gray areas in the law, no? Kuminsan po merong mga na-arrest na unlawfully. Halimbawa po, yung gobyerno, isang linggo po nilang sinabi na wala pong NBI agent na mag-a-arrest kay Bato, wala silang intention. Yet, may mga pumasok doon, binugbog po yung isang sergeant at arms, nag-a-announce ng intention nila to arrest Bato. Tapos sinabi po ni Director Matibag, wala pong NBI doon, biglang meron po. So, because of these actions taken together, that's nagka-shooting pa, then there is reasonable grounds to believe on the part of my client that there might be an unlawful arrest in motion. No, so
Shooting that actually may have been scripted by his own camp.
Hindi po. Kung scripted po yun, ibig sabihin po, kinausap nila yung NBI. Ibig sabihin po, in cahoots yung NBI para mag-drilling doon sa kabilang panig po ng Senate, sa GSIS.
Anyway po, we're
so
talking
I
about
find
the
that,
actuations of of Senator Bato.
yes, but for them to stage that shooting, that means sila po yung kinausap nila yung driver na si Oragon para magpaputok at yung mga NBI para mag-drill. I think we should be beyond that, no? Hindi po staged yun, at least not by our camp.
And attorney, has Senator Bato de la Rosa, or kahit kayo po as his lawyer, ever considered na mag-surrender na lang po siya sa ICC? Because some critics are pointing out that his actions are actually causing more harm than good. It could end up becoming unproductive, not just for him, but even for the case of former President Duterte before the ICC.
Yes, ma'am. If you were a relative, no, of Senator Bato or anyone similarly situated, no, and alam niyo po that pwede siyang ma-Duterte, no, pwede po siyang to languish in some faraway cell for under a court which we claim has no jurisdiction, no. Tapos eventually lumabas po kunyari yung desisyon ng Supreme Court na wala ngang jurisdiction yung ICC sa atin, ano po magagawa natin para po ibalik sila? It is an irreversible damage, no? Not just upon our client, but the sovereignty of the Philippines. Ang siguro po, sana po out of fairness, sana po tinatanong din natin, bakit hindi po kasuhan sa Pilipinas? Lahat po ng testigo nandito, lahat ng ebidensya nandito po. Bakit po hindi ba kasuhan dito instead of trying to short circuit?
Sino po ang gusto niyong tanungin namin out of fairness kung bakit hindi dito sa Pilipinas ilitisin ang kaso? Sino po ang gusto niyong tanungin namin?
Ang gobyerno po. Ang gobyerno kasi po, this is the people of
It
the
has been
Philippines.
tried, even the former Justice Secretary himself, Boying Remulla, who's now ombudsman, he himself said, hindi po kaya ng gobyerno. This is why the victims have gone to the ICC for justice. Hindi ho kaya dito.
Bakit po? Nung isang araw po, meron
Bakit
kaming
po akong
na-receive.
tatanungin?
Hindi, meron po kaming
This is
na-receive
their own
sa-
statement.
Yes, ma'am. We
And
received
precisely
that.
why there is an ICC.
Yes.
I don't
No.
know why you are framing it as a diminution
But we're not part of
of
the ICC.
Philippine sovereignty.
We're
When
not a part of the
we're
ICC,
talking
ma'am.
of the international community here. Hindi ho
Yes, we're
isang-
not part of the ICC, ma'am. I beg you to understand. We're not part of their own statute anymore. We withdrew it. That was affirmed in the Pangilinan versus Cayetano case. With all due respect, ma'am,
yes,
says, no?
but
And-
crimes, may I say also, attorney, that the crimes indicated were before we withdrew from the Rome Statute.
Yes, but there is a very long discussion about continued cooperation. But it is not part of continued cooperation, no, to serve an ICC warrant. Kasi po, let's assume arguendo na nasa Rome Statute pa tayo, ma'am, ha? Let's assume, ha? Meron pong proseso sa Article 58 saka sa Article 59 ng Rome Statute kung paano po mag-serve ng warrant. At katulad po ng lahat ng batas, di ba may batas mo, no? Kunyari RA, merong IRR, yung implementing rules. Sa
Opo,
ICC meron
alam
din
ko
po.
po
Sa ma'am,
yun.
sandali lang. This is very important, ma'am. Meron pong batas na Rome Statute, meron din pong regulations of the court. And in the regulations of the court, 31 number 3, nakalagay po doon kung paano mag-serve ng ICC warrant, which they did not follow. And the key phrase there is personal service. Kailangan po may personal service upon the accused, which they did not do. What did they do? They brandished it on social media and on media without serving us. Humingi po si Senator Cayetano, humingi po kami bilang legal counsel.
Because
Out
for
of
your
deference to the
client,
law.
and I'm sorry we're
We were
running
not
out of
served the
time, but
warrant.
I'd just like to point out, because he was running in the stairs and, even tripped. They were trying to serve the warrant on him.
No, they were not. They were not in possession of the warrant. Then they admitted that. In fact, Melvin Matibag said to Cayetano that we will give it to you. And then sabi niya, hindi, sa Tuesday na lang. And then next time na lang. And then next time na lang. They did not serve as a warrant.
Opo, attorney, nakapag-usap na ho ba kayo sa inyo pong kliyente si Senator Bato de la Rosa so far?
As of now, wala pa po. Until now, ever since nung nagkita kami mga 1:30 a.m. prior to his alleged exit from the Senate.
Opo, at balita namin kahapon ay nakapaghain kayo ng reply na doon sa Korte Suprema. Ano ho yung mga legal na basihan po ninyo hinggil nga po dito sa hiling na TRO para laban sa anumang ICC arrest warrant laban kay Senator Bato de la Rosa?
Well, essentially, ang sabi namin, nag-file kami mga 7:20 p.m. Ngayong araw pa sana yung deadline namin, pero we thought it best to file it today para mawala na yun sa isip namin at saka to also give time for the Supreme Court also to really study it, no? Kasi medyo mahaba yung aming originally 156 pages yun, pero somebody commented na medyo masyadong mataas. So we tried to trim it down to 117 pages. Ang aming sabi lamang doon, no? Sana hindi tayo masubjudice kasi pending ito, pero essentially yung mga essential points lang to the public. I have to balance also the right of the public to know. Ang sabi namin doon is essentially ang executive department cannot merely say na kanya lamang na diskresyon yung pagpa-implementa ng warrant of arrest. Kasi hindi namin give up yung argument on jurisdiction, no? Kasi sabi namin wala namang jurisdiction talaga ang ICC dito. Kasi nga ang sabi natin under Article 127 paragraph 2 only matters under consideration before the ICC. Ang pwedeng ma-extend pa yung meron silang residual jurisdiction, no? Kasi nag-withdraw tayo on March 17 of 2019. Pero yung residual obligation sila dapat in-exert nila yon within a certain period, no? 1 year ang tingin namin na period seek ng authorization yung ICC prosecutor on May 24, 2021 at yung pre-trial chamber nag-authorize ng investigation only on September 16 of 2021. And then ang warrant of arrest na-issue on November 6 of 2025. So many years, no? After we withdrew from March 17 of 2019. So ang tingin namin, wala talagang jurisdiction na ang ICC dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya Philippine courts. But even then, maski i-grant na lang natin na kasi may decision na yung appeals chamber sa ICC, granting for the sake of argument, no, without agreeing with them na merong jurisdiction pa. Jurisdiction is different from domestic enforceability. Yung pag-enforce ng warrant of arrest, hindi na yan exclusive domain ng executive department kasi meron ng right to liberty, right to life of a certain person. Yung if you already affect the person's right to liberty or to his right to life, by constitutional function, sa ano talaga yan, sa judiciary yan. So dapat may involvement na yung ating Bill of Rights. Kasi nga po, yung Bill of Rights natin was precisely enshrined in the 1987 Constitution to check on government excesses. After ng martial law, kailangan natin maglagay talaga ng Bill of Rights para ma-check natin yung dictatorship, executive dictatorship, Marcos dictatorship noon. Kaya nga ngayon, since the ICC warrant would touch on the person's liberty kay Senator De La Rosa, dapat ito idaan talaga sa korte natin. It does not, a foreign or international request cannot automatically override the Philippine Bill of Rights. And sa atin naman, yung probable cause for arrest within Philippine territory must still pass through Philippine constitutional processes. Ang aming palaging sinasabi sa aming reply, hindi pwede i-implementa yan without a valid Philippine court-issued warrant of arrest simply because of the fact dahil sa yung surrender or extradition na nakalagay sa Section 17. Sa extradition, meron tayong rules of procedure na dyan, promulgated by the Supreme Court, pero yung surrender aspect, wala tayong rules of procedure po dyan. Hindi natin kinopya lahat sa Rome Statute yung procedure dyan kasi nga po na-trace namin doon sa interpellation when the law was framed or crafted by the Senate based on the deliberations by Senator Ligarda upon Senator Gordon. Kasi Senator Gordon pa ng sponsor niya. Nakita talaga doon na yung surrender mechanism would need a law. It would need a specific separate law for it to be implemented in the Philippines. Wala tayo niyan eh. Kaya nga nag-propose kami sa aming petition, kung wala yan, why don't we apply the extradition rules, no? Ayaw din ng Solicitor General. Kaya yan ang amin. So kung ayaw niyo yung extradition na rules of procedure, wala tayong surrender procedural mechanism, so dapat hindi ninyo i-implementa yung warrant of arrest. Wala palang rules of procedure. Hindi po pwede executive determination lang yan. Hindi pwede executive discretion lang. That is the essence of our argument.
Ayaw ng OSG yung extradition rule, attorney, dahil matagal po yung proseso, no?
Yun siguro ang kanilang tingin. Kasi instead of discussing the reason, they devoted around a lot of pages differentiating the concept of extradition from surrender. Alam naman namin na iba talaga yung surrender at saka extradition. There's no need to differentiate it to us. We know it. Kaya nga sabi namin, since we do not have a law implementing the surrender mechanism, we do not have the procedural mechanism as to how we can implement surrender, then we can apply by analogy lamang yung extradition. Ayaw nila eh. Kung ayaw ninyo, huwag nyo i-implementa yan. Paano mo i-implementa yan na wala pala tayong procedural mechanism yan? Bawal yan. Yun ang aming argument.
Opo, ang dating po kasi, attorney, parang pag natanggap natin yung foreign warrant, tulad nitong ICC warrant of arrest, urgent kaagad yung implementasyon. Parang meron tayong, ang gobyerno ay merong pressure o talagang mandatory na talagang sumunod dito. Parang ganun ang dating.
Ay hindi po pwede yan because that already involves arrest. And if it involves arrest within Philippine territory, then you have to apply Article 3 of the 1987 Constitution. The constitutional protections against arrest would now operate because arrest cannot be based merely on executive discretion. It involves judicial determination. Kaya nga, ang sa amin, pag mag-aresto ka ng tao, hindi po pwede na based on the discretion lang ng executive department na i-honor niya. Yung mga divorce nga, yung mga foreign divorce, palagi kong inuulit, yung mga foreign judgment, kailangan mo pa nga ipa-confirm sa korte the Rule 38 section the Rule 39 section 48. Kailangan mo yan ng petition for judicial confirmation. Ito pang warrant of arrest that would involve the liberty of a person. Maling-mali yan. Tsaka gusto ko rin sabihin na yung practice na idaan mo sa korte, customary international law yan. Nandun din sa aming reply, no? Na customary international, lahat po ng constitutional democracies, no? Ina-apply yan sa aming past pleadings. Ang daming mga examples sa ginamit namin. Gamitan lang natin yung El Masri Nasim case. Yung El Masri Nasim case, sa Italy yun nangyari, involving a Libyan. Kasi yung Libyan na national, nandun sa Italy, nadakip siya based on the warrant of arrest by the ICC. Nag-resort siya to Article 59. Hello? Oh.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, to resort siya. Anong ginawa ng Italy? Alam mo, in-entertain ng Italy. And it conducted a hearing in the case, and it determined whether or not his rights were violated. And the Italian court found out that his rights were really violated. Alam mo ang ginawa sa kanya? Pinakawalan siya at dineport back to Libya. We can also cite another example in Ivory Coast, the Simon Gbagbo case. Simon Gbagbo case also had an ICC warrant of arrest, but the Ivory Coast, the court there likewise exercised jurisdiction and determined that his rights were violated and insisted on his jurisdiction rather than delivering him to the ICC. Yun ang aming mga ang dami pang mga kaso. Yun ding anak ni ni Libyan leader Gaddafi, no? And other, because that would touch now on the rights of a person. His liberty is now at stake. So kinakailangan talaga yan ng court determination. Hindi po pwede yung executive determination lamang.
At dahil nga doon sa inilabas na arrest warrant ang ICC at binansagan pa nga wanted. At ngayon, dahil nga sa pagtatago ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, ang OSG mismo binansagan si Bato na fugitive from justice. Reasonable ho ba itong pagtawag po sa kanya?
That's very unfair, no? Kasi klaro naman yan ang Valle-Frantic case. No? That's the newest Supreme Court decision which defines what is a fugitive. Before a person can be declared as a fugitive, no, there are 6 steps, no, sa aking nabasa before ka ma-declare as fugitive from justice. And it even involves a court determination also. Dito wala namang kaso siya sa Pilipinas eh. Wala naman siyang Philippine recognized warrant of arrest. Kailangan i-recognize muna yan na meron siyang warrant of arrest before he can be technically determined as a fugitive from justice. Lumayo lamang siya sa Senado kasi ayaw na niya, ang speculation ko, ayaw na niya. Nandun ako before the putukan, kasama kami nakita talaga niya yung hassle sa mga senador doon, yung mga staff dahil sa kanyang presence doon. No? But that does not mean that he is already a fugitive from justice because there is no Philippine recognized warrant of arrest. Kaya hindi po pwede na tawagin siyang fugitive from justice. He is just making himself unavailable.
Attorney, bago ko lang ipasok kay Partner Admar, sa tingin po ninyo, gaano katagal kaya magdedesisyon ang Korte Suprema patungkol dito sa TRO doon sa arrest warrant laban po kay Senator Bato?
Well, as to that, that is really the discretion of the Supreme Court. No, it's really up to them, and I do not want to comment on it. No, kasi kanilang it's within their discretion po.
Attorney, may buntag si Admar po ito. Kung idediretso po sa ICC agad itong si Senador Bato, edi mawawala po yung sir, yung sinasabing ang ICC ang court of last resort, court of last resort at mawawala din yung issue ng yung principle of complementarity kung saan sinabi nga ni late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, sabi niya rito quote and quote, it acts only in exceptional cases where a court has failed to bring justice because that court is unwilling or unable to investigate and prosecute those who have the highest responsibility for the most serious crimes of concern to the international community. Hindi pa nga natin alam, may naisang pa bang kaso dito? Wala din tayong narinig na reaksyon na mismo ng Korte Suprema na sinasabing hindi namin kaya yung ilitis, diretso na yan sa ICC, attorney.
Isa yan din. Kasi na-discuss din namin doon na, di ba nagpadala na yung CIDG ng subpoena? Pero binawi. Kasi that goes into the investigation daw of the AJK killings. Then, pwede nating ma-argue, and we in fact argued, na yung pagpadala ng subpoena, even if binawi, we already exercise now our jurisdiction on the matter. No, it may be argued, it can be argued now in the ICC, na since the Philippine National Police has taken cognizance of the case, then ICC must respect the principle of complementarity. Kasi nga, noon, wala namang talagang kaso na pinail dito sa Pilipinas. Totoo yan. Pero ngayon, meron ng investigation na ginagawa. So, it can be argued that based on the principle of complementarity, that the Philippines is now exercising jurisdiction on the AJK. Maganda rin yan kasi kung merong kaso dito sa Pilipinas, I'm very sure haharapin namin yan ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. No? We will file counter affidavit, we will answer it basta dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi mga Pilipino tayo, may batas tayo, working yung ating Philippine judiciary, healthy yung ating prosecutorial system. Bakit pa tayo doon sa malayo masyado na bansa na hindi na nga tayo miyembro doon? So kailangan i-follow natin yung principle of complementarity. Since we are now exercising jurisdiction, then ICC should take a hands-off approach on the case.
Opo. Maging yan po ba, attorney, yung masyadong matagal bago nagkaroon ng investigasyon ukol dito, halimbawa kung talagang iuusad po ng ating mga law enforcer yung pag-iimbestiga dito sa sinasabing EJK dito kay Senador Bato, maaari ba itong questionin din sa korte po? Kasi doon sa ICC warrant, way back noong siya pa ay Chief of Police ng Davao City, iniuugnay yung kanyang kaso.
Well, that's one of the grounds. Pero as a general rule kasi, pag crimes against humanity, wala yung prescriptive period eh. So baka yan ang sasabihin nila na argument din. Pero of course, if we will, we will handle the case. That's one of the reasons also that we will cite. But we should take note that under both international law and domestic Philippine law, crimes against humanity, war crimes do not prescribe. And this means that perpetrators can be investigated, prosecuted, and punished at any time, regardless of when the crimes were committed. And this is actually an additional argument on our side, no? Kasi nga po, the Philippines can always exercise jurisdiction insofar as AJK is concerned, simply because of the fact that these crimes, these crimes against war crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, does not prescribe. Meaning, maski kailan pa ito na gawa o ilang taon na ang lumipas, hindi yan siya magpe-prescribe kung mag-fall talaga siya under crimes against humanity at hindi doon sa mga individual crimes concerned. No? Ang problema yan, kung magpitsi-pitsi sila ng imbestiga, yung murder, like for example, kung murder lang, it will prescribe. But if you will lump that together into a widespread attack against a class of persons, such that it will now fall into the definition of crimes against humanity, then it will become imprescriptible, as it is in fact imprescriptible. So, additional reason niya natin na, ituloy niyo yung investigation dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi nga po, imprescriptible naman yan, harapin namin dito sa Pilipinas. Yun ang additional argument natin.
Opo, attorney, paghahambing lang po kasi kayo din po yung naging abogado dun sa nangyaring Maguindanao Massacre po. Sinasabi kasi nila na hindi gumagana yung ating justice system. Tapos parang mas marami pa ata yung biktima na involved dito sa Maguindanao Massacre kumpara doon sa sinasabi nila doon sa ICC po, attorney. Pero nakayanan, kahit na umabot ata ng mahigit isang dekada ba yung pagdinig or trial po dito, attorney?
Yes. I was involved in the Maguindanao Massacre kasi nga po, naging involved ako dun sa state witness, no? Naging state witness sa Maguindanao Massacre, and then later, doon lang ako as private counsel ni Congressman Toto Mangudadato, no? Ang aking nakita doon, Maguindanao Massacre nga yun the trial may have been a bit long, pero nagkaroon ng hustisya. The accused were given the chance to prove their defenses in court. They were able to cross-examine all the witnesses, but the judge found out that they were really guilty as the evidence against them were overwhelming. So, and the requirement of proof beyond reasonable doubt was reached. So, nagkaroon ng hustisya. At ngayon, pending yung kanilang mga apelasyon ng ibang incidents na doon sa Court of Appeals, ang iba na doon sa Supreme Court. But then again, justice was achieved. So, kung posible yun sa Maguindanao Massacre, how much more sa yung alleged AJK incident dito sa Pilipinas. So, i-file nila dito, ipatuloy ang investigation and we will face them.
Opo. Attorney, si Jade po ulit ito. Si Senator Bato, kung makukumpirma po ninyo, ay nandito po sa Pilipinas at wala po sa abroad.
Well, I'm certain na nandito siya sa Pilipinas kasi ilang beses na niya sinabi sa akin at ilang beses na rin sa media na hindi aalis sa Pilipinas yun. Dito lang yun siya. He is making himself unavailable simply because of the fact na nung May 11, nakita naman natin yung intention talaga ng NBI na dakpin talaga siya. Pumasok pa nga sa Senado in the morning binugbog pa nga yung mga empleyado ng mga Senate employees Anong ibig sabihin nun? They really had the intention to arrest Senator Bato de la Rosa even if the warrant of arrest had not yet been confirmed before Philippine court, even if they did not secure a Philippine-issued warrant of arrest. That already involves deprivation of liberty, and if it involves deprivation of liberty, it is the function of the judiciary to know whether or not due process was observed, because under the 1987 Constitution, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So, kaya, he is making himself unavailable. Sino bang gusto na takpin ka lang kaagad, hindi ka bigyan ng day in court, dadalhin ka sa Netherlands? Ito i-emphasize ko rin ang sabi kasi, he was given due process in the ICC, and ICC will give him due process there. Hindi po pwede yun. Kasi nga po, yung ICC follows the inquisitorial approach in the justice system. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Yung parang preliminary investigation nila doon, secret, wala kang chance to defend yourself. You are not even given the chance to file your own counter affidavit. You do not even know that there is already an investigation against you until the warrant of arrest is even a secret. It is, it is under seal. So, how can you say that there was due process? Ang due process mangyayari after na madakip ka. Parang si Tatay Digong. Kawawa si Tatay Digong doon. Halos nga pagpirma ng kanyang signature, hindi na nga masyado klaro. Gusto ba natin mangyari din yan kay Senator Bato de la Rosa? Para bang dakpin mo na kita, sa presento ka na magpaliwanag. Hindi po pwede yun. Hindi due process yan sa atin under the Philippine concept. Kaya kinakailangan talaga yan. Dadaan muna sa Philippine court.
Opo. Attorney, nag-convene na po yung Senate Impeachment Court. Ngayon, absent po si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Gaano ho makalaki ang papel niya kung sakali man dyan po sa Senate Impeachment Court?
Well, kung kinakailangan, I think you will consider appearing, no? Pero as of now, siguro sa tingin niya, nagmamasid naman yan sigurado ako sa TV, no? Kung anong nangyayari sa impeachment court. And I'm very sure he is monitoring. So, pag yung kanyang importansya doon, during the voting, if there is a felt need for him to be there, baka i-consideran niya yan. Pero ang sa akin lang is, I hope the public will understand na he is making himself unavailable now, wala siya sa Senado, kasi existing and present yung threat, active yung threat of arrest sa kanya na pwede siyang dalahin kaagad sa Netherlands. Ang gusto lamang niya, idaan sa Philippine courts yung proseso. So, Filipino naman siya, he is covered and protected by the 1987 Constitution. Ang request niya, let him avail of his rights under the 1987 Constitution. Let there be a Philippine-issued warrant of arrest.
Opo. Kung absent, kung wala po siya, hindi naman ganoon kalaki yung epekto sa magiging boto kung sakali mang conviction o acquittal sa kaso po ng impeachment case ni VP Sara.
As of the present, kasi kailangan nila ng 16 votes As of the present, may 12 tayo. 11 lang sila. So baka sa tingin ni Senator Bato, baka hindi pa primordial need ang kanyang presence sa Senado.